could not make it.
Yeah, I tried to play back your first recording,
Yeah.
and I got some overlay of voices in that, so I got to go back and see if it'll work better.
Okay.
But I was getting, and maybe I just had I opened it twice or something because I got one conversation over another conversation.
Not a problem. I actually converted it to a YouTube video, so
yeah, that's what I was on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, there's something on your end then if it's a YouTube video and you got some reverb there. Let me see this. Mute.
Now you post to the YouTube when I signed up. Do I get a notice when you post to the YouTube?
Yeah, so if you go, actually, Jim, if you go in here, I've been putting them all up in here because this Zoom app has the ability to record it right to the Zoom. So if you go in underneath webinars here, as far as the workshop is concerned, all the right here, you can click on all of them. Okay. These are all recordings right here. Okay, they're right in your back office.
That's just out at spidermedia.com.
It's right in your Spider Pro, right in your CRM. Spider, right, log into your Spider CRM and they're right there under webinars.
Yeah, I've got to refresh my memory on.
Okay.
I'll do that. Do I just go out to spider.com or what do I?
Yeah, go to spidercrm.imobileinnovations.com. This is the quickest, fastest way to log in. Okay. You got it, pal. All right, well, let's begin, guys. First and foremost, I want to welcome you. Jerry, I remember you sitting up to my left. I want to welcome you on today. Good to have you. Esther. Esther's been making like all the trainings initially, coming out of the gate hard and being really just a great student. I'm hoping that, let me just do this. Let me mute you guys just to make sure there's no background noises. I'm going to hit mute all. My hopes are that you guys took some time over the course of the last week and you wrote down your goals, you know, and you went into sales skills here. You printed out the, you printed out the goals action plan. You print out the business plan. It's a fair amount of work, but I mean, planning. I mean, you think about great coaches like Nick Saban and Bill Belichick, and you know how much time of planning, how much work was into planning a single football game, right? Or Mike Krzyzewski with Duke, you know, how much time goes into planning for one basketball game, you know, with a couple players, right? We're talking about planning an entire year, and it's your income, by the way, you know. So, and if coaches are spending so much time planning for a game, fun, right? Granted, it is big business. You have to look at this with that same brevity, you know, and don't overlook it because so much time can go by, and next thing you know, you're working for the sake of working, and you're not following the script, you're not following the recipe. And inevitably, when that happens and you don't have your goals written down, you don't have your business plan set in stone, there's no way for you to look back and say, why am I not achieving the results? Where am I going wrong? You know, so later this week I'll be golfing. There'll be a bunch of my friends coming down from Rochester. We do a yearly trip to Innisbrook and Tampa, and that's where I'm actually at now. And then heading to Jacksonville a little bit later today. But you know, a great golf coach would teach you the fundamentals of golf. But most amateur players, when they hit a ball and it goes way right, they have no idea why it went way right. Right? They have no idea why they hooked it. But when you know the golf swing, you know how to correct it. So that's just one example. But far too many people journey through their professional careers never having written down their goals and never having a real concrete plan of how they're going to do that. And the way it's laid out it involves not just your work, but also your personal life, you know, to make sure, because listen, if you're not happy in your personal life or the struggles that are going on there, what do we have to do? We have to set a goal to fix it. We have to develop a plan, right, around making sure that we understand cause and effect, and we do the things to make it there. But if our personal life is out of whack, not typically, like every time, it will lead into issues with our business, you know. So we've got to really take this holistic approach to our lives, and there's no better time to do it than right now. I guess the most exciting of all classes for me is the one that we're on right now because, thanks, Esther, you're the best, is this one right here because this is a prospecting system I learned from a gentleman that literally came from nothing. You know, when I hear stories of people saying, hey, you know, I don't have much money, I got a little bit in the tank, and, you know, I'm hoping this will help me out, get me going, or people are just struggling financially. Nobody I meet in the course of my career struggled more or had more adversity to deal with than this gentleman, Carlos, who amassed to becoming the #1 real estate agent in the country at one point. And he came over here from Cuba, you know, could barely speak English, right? He didn't have the educational background, didn't go to college, didn't finish high school, didn't have a job, moved to Miami, right? And didn't have relationships to leverage, didn't have money, you know, the old saying, it takes money to make money, which is so not true, right? It takes creativity to make money. It takes thought. It takes a game plan. It takes work. And you're gifted with all of that. You know, we just have to be more creative. And that's what he was faced with, because he started off with no base, you know, and no people to leverage. And when you have no money for marketing and no people to leverage, how the heck do you become the #1 real estate agent in the country? And I'm sharing this quick story with you because, and I know that I shared some of it at the event that you guys saw me speak at, is that he literally got really creative because he knew that there's a fact that every American family is aware of 3 real estate transactions every single year. Isn't that an awesome statistic? So if you can be friends with 100 people and they're all aware of 3 deals a year, there's 300 referral opportunities, right? And in that base of people, is there not enough business to take every single one of you to where it is you want to go with your real estate business if you didn't do a single bit of internet marketing? Now, I will say that all these components are important: internet marketing, your website, because when you do get a referral, the first thing people are going to do is look at your website and try to establish some level of credibility and trust. Because they want to, just because this person said you were good, I want to find out for myself. What are others saying? What's their website? Do they look legit? Do they look professional? Right? So that could actually hurt you if you don't have a really solid presence online, right? So we're gonna obviously cover that in the ensuing weeks, but this one system will get you guys a minimum of 100 more referrals in 2019 that you did not get in 2018. So stay with me, because we're gonna go through the concept again. We're gonna get more granular than we did at the front end program, and then I'm gonna take you guys through the actual worksheets to build it, and then we're gonna come into the CRM and show you how the actual video email part works and the workflow side of this thing works, so that every single one of your past clients, people you know, is going to be touched. Okay, in the appropriate number of times in the course of a year. Okay. So it is a system. That's the beauty. I'm a big systems guy. Everyone that knows Pat Fenton knows that when it comes to work, I don't mess around. It's you have to have systems that win. People, you can have the greatest attitude, you can have the greatest sales abilities you want, but if you don't have systems that will lead you there, we often we daydream, we meander, we waste time, we check emails, we Facebook, you know, and that can't happen. So let's go over the concept. All right. So the collaterals of it, guys, under sales skills again. All right, you'll see my Spider Advocate System worksheet. Okay, because if they're all aware of, everyone's aware of 3 real estate transactions a year, the biggest question then becomes, well, how do we follow up? What do we say? How often should I be there? Okay, this needs to be printed out. Okay, this is what I call your value ladder. And when you shift your prospecting from asking people for referrals and you know, and just doing that before you've made deposits in the bank, you're asking for withdrawals, you don't get the number of referrals that this system will generate for you. So we want to offer value without obviously spending a lot of money or any money, you know, actually doing that, where people feel that reciprocity, where they feel that they actually want to give back. So when I talk about what value, how often to be there, okay, if I just click this arrow, by the way, this little cloud with the download button is how you guys download it, okay? So I'm just giving you the view version right now, but you'll want to actually download it, you know, and then print it, okay? The suggested topics are 7. Market update, home savings, funny, health and wellness, personal development, travel, personal finances. Now, can you go and extend beyond that? Yeah, I've had some really creative things that people have done in their respective markets that have really done well. But we do know that these 7 topics are things that everyone is interested in, that you can engage in a conversation where everybody's interested. Everybody loves funny. Everybody is interested in one way, shape, or form of optimal health and wellness. Everybody's interested in bettering themselves, even though some people act like they don't, but everybody is. Travel, everybody's thinking about travel, vacations. We all want to be on that beach or whatever travel is to you, right? Personal finances, how not just how do we make money, but how do we keep the money, and how do we better our personal finances? Everybody's interested in the equity they have in their house, and real estate, obviously, right? Real estate plays a part in everybody's financial lives. And everybody's interested in saving money in and around their house every year. And that's what Carlos did. He only took this home savings approach. That's all he did, right? So intelligent links we're going to get into today are what I call these little upsells. These are things you can add to your emails that throw bait out there. So when people click on them, it's showing you and telling you and putting them into a sales funnel for you to follow up with. Because if they clicked on one of those subjects, right, then it's a buy sign, right? And what a great way to send a video email blast out. And by the way, I've got an open house. The video link is below. Take a look at it. If you know of anybody that's looking to buy a house, please let me know, or join me at the open house. The details are below. Wouldn't it be awesome when you send that video email out with the value first, and then you add that little upsell at the end? If you send it out to 100 people, that 23 people clicked on it, that those 23 people automatically went into your call list, and that they automatically got an email saying, thank you very much for looking at my open house. I hope to join you. I just put you in my call list to call tomorrow, just to see if it's something you're just happen to want to just look at the video, or if you're seriously thinking about coming out and joining me, right? Whatever you wanted to say in that email. So this is the system. So let me just back up. All right, you're going to want to print. I'm going to come back to that, right? My Spider Advocate system explained, if you want to go through and really get a little bit more, another level of what is this program about again? Or if you hang up and you forgot, right, and you just want to go through it again, I kind of go through the highlights of the system here, okay? Very simple, and there's scripts in here, right, for you, a sample script, and then a spot for you to write your words out, okay? And all the steps you have to take, and a sample call to vendors, right? We're going to go through that a little bit as well, okay? So it's all right there for you. So let's start with what I learned from Carlos. What he did years and years ago was he realized that his office, he was a Century 21 guy at the time, had these vendors. These are home service providing vendors that the office at his Century 21 branch had accumulated over the years. These were woodworkers, landscapers, mural painters, plumbers, electricians, flooring people, remodel people, insulation, drywall people, painters, etc. Right? So because he didn't know anybody, what he did is he booked appointments with these individuals, and he would say, "Hey, my name is Carlos Justos. I'm a realtor at Century 21 here at Coral Gables, Florida. I see that you're part of our company's vendor list. You're the recommended handyman for our clients, and I would like to sit down with you, grab a quick cup of coffee, and just get a chance to know you a little bit, tell you a little bit about me. I always like, before I refer people, just to put a face with a name. Is that okay with you if we spend a half an hour together?" Right? So they would say inevitably yes. Well, there's leverage there, right? So no one's going to say no and blow up the deal, getting all those referrals from that office, right? So his goal was to make a friend, right? His goal was to make a friend. Now, he didn't know anybody. He didn't have deals, right? And so he would have a cup of coffee, and he had read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, and he knew enough to talk about them, and he learned a lot about people's backgrounds and stories. And isn't it amazing, that because he was in South Florida, Miami, most of those home service providers, well, guess what? Not most of them, at least half of them were immigrants that came over to this country just like he just did. And they started with nothing, and they became successful tile people and landscapers and handymen, right? So in learning that story, he was able to be honest with all of them and tell them his story, and he would ask for help, right? Inevitably, he created 7 really good friends out of, I don't know, 100 different meetings he ran. And those became his centers of influence. These were people like painters that were in houses getting ready to paint prior to people thinking about selling their home. They were dressing their house up, getting it ready, right? So that's how that was the spark of his business. So now that he had deals, and again, I'm giving you 2 years worth of what happened in this 2-year period, where his first year he made $35,000 in real estate. Okay. Instead of just giving people that list, he withheld the list and simply gave the handyman and someone that closed on a home, said, hey, and he would set the seat. He would say, listen, this is my, this is my recommended vendor for, he's the handyman. His name is Carlos Rivera, and he does excellent work. He's a good friend of mine. He's very trustworthy, but he does everything from boom, ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. Should you need anything as you're moving in that you find done, lighting, plumbing, drywall, painting, stuff like that, give him a call. Should you need anything else, call me. I'll put you in touch. I have a complete relationship list of people that I've worked good deals out with, discounted deals, priority service, but these are people you can also trust to come in your home. Sound fair? Great. By the way, is it okay if I just call you periodically if I come across a really good deal? Statistically, the average person spends $6,000 to $10,000 in and around their house to enhance it, protect it, maintain it, etc. If I come across a good deal or something that's timing-wise works out at the time of year it is it okay if I give you a call periodically, say hi, and mention this deal, the quarter, or month, or whatever it may be? Is that okay with you guys? Yes. So what he did is he set this, and then he would ask for a testimonial letter. At the time, it was a testimonial letter, not video, right? He didn't have YouTube then. So he would get a testimonial letter, because that's what he used for his listing presentations, and we sat with buyers, right? So it was part of his sales presentation. So he didn't waste the opportunity. When he closed, he knew that they loved him at that moment. People close, they're happy, they're at the most emotional state. He was going to seed his because his goal, again, was to not get a golden egg, i.e. the commission. The goal was to create the goose that lays the golden egg, right? So, he would make these phone calls. Now, they were all phone calls, and he would say, Pat, it's 25 to 30 minutes a day. Okay, so if I got 100 people that I now know, and if I call them every 45 days, that was his number. He said once a month is kind of pestering. It's a little too much. Once every other month is not enough. If they're going to be aware of 3 real estate transactions, 3 potential referrals for me, I have to stay in their face at least once every 45 days. That's what he would say, right? Again, this is pre-video, pre-technology, right? And so he said, if you look at the math, calling 100 people every 45 days is a whopping 3 calls a day. So all I have to do in my prospecting efforts, I don't have to cold call. I don't have to knock on doors. I don't have to go in developments, which are tough to get into in Florida. They're all gated communities, right? And do that. I can work a 100% referral business and get that first, $250,000 of income, which is what he was after. So, but he didn't miss it, guys. Okay. And this is the biggest thing I want you to hear. He didn't do it once in a while. He didn't say, oh, I got to get around to doing that. All right. He was diligent. So he talked to 3 past clients, people he knew, every single day. Now, to get a hold of 3, he had to actually call probably 7 or 8. Some didn't answer, some were busy, some were at work, right? Right. But he made sure by the end of the day, all right, most of it was in the morning. It was done in the morning. But by the end of the day, come hell or high waters, that a must for his business is to talk to 3 past clients every single day. And I'm here to tell you guys that needs to become a must in your business, to talk to and add value to at least 3 past clients and people you know every single day. Now, there's scripts in here for people that you when you load your database in here, right? And you're like, oh my God, I haven't talked to these people in 2 years. I would go back at least 2 years. I would put everybody in. I don't care. Everybody's talking. I can resuscitate any relationship. All right. So if there's somebody I haven't talked to in a very long time and I've neglected them, which a lot of real estate agents and a lot of loan originators do, you can just give them a quick script, and the script is in here, guys. Hey, John, my name is Pat Fenton. Does the name ring a bell to you? Oh man, it does kind of, but I don't remember how. I was your real estate agent for your house on, Mockingbird Lane. gosh, it's been about 3 years since you and I last spoke, and that's on me. I've been thinking about, all you guys, and as we come into the holiday season, especially giving gratitude to the people that chose us as a realtors. That's very meaningful to me. But I also am calling because I wanted to let you know that I've, over the course of the last year, have put together a system that's designed to help save families 20 to 30% annually on the money they spend in and around their home, for protecting it, maintaining it, making it better, etc. There's no cost involved to you. It's just something that I'm doing for all the people that chose me as a real estate agent. And I wanted to let you know, should you need anything in and around your house and you need a referral into somebody, please give me a call and I'll introduce you to who's on my actual preferred vendor list. Is that okay with you if I call you once every couple months or so, just to say hi, and if there's a potential deal I think would be worthy for me to run past you, to give you a holler, right? Well, sure. What are they going to say, right? No, there's no downside, right? So that's a good way. Now, if you're calling somebody you did business with 6 months ago, it's hey, John, Jim Haley, how you doing? What's going on, man? How are you guys doing? How are the kids? How's the house? How's the pool, right? You guys getting ready for holidays, build some rapport. Great. Listen, I just want to let you know you can go through the same script. Then you ask for permission. It's okay if I call you once every couple months or so, right? So the schematic, okay, in any system, it requires a schematic and it requires content, right, which is a script, right? So the schematic of this thing is right here, my Spider Advocate System worksheet, okay? And it's a very simple schematic, as you can see. And we're going to, if you flip over this next page, it's on the schematic, you're going to take, okay, because things have changed since I learned this program, and I've been coaching my real estate agents. Again, I don't care if agents want to go from 500 to a million or 60,000 to 100, whatever it is, okay, I teach the system exactly the same to every single person, okay? And to tell you that I had to beat Ryan Chido over the head to get him to actually do this, because he was making so much money. And now I will tell you, in Naples, Florida, there's a lot when the stock market does well, people with money, the investors that have money in the stock market, they can make, a couple $100,000 in a day, right? So when they do that, well, a lot of people like to put money in real estate. Where are they going to go? They're not going to go to Minneapolis, St. Paul, right? They go to Naples, right? So there's a lot of, part of his success, right? Part of it was the fact that he was in a resort town, an investment type community, right? That people with big money from Canada to China to Dubai to the United States, right? Chicago, New York, Boston, Ohio, we're coming down there looking for. So there was a wave for him to leverage, but he knew that he was doing a very poor job. Again, this is a $40 million a year producer, guys, of following up with his past clients. He got off track to the fundamental things I taught him 10 years ago. It happens, especially when you're making 700 grand, to really sit back at the end of the night and say, oh my God, I have so much urgency to change what I'm doing here. It takes a real visionary person to have that healthy paranoia to say, wait a minute, this can all go away tomorrow if the stock market craps the bed, right? I've got to have my foundation there. I've got to get more referrals. Okay. So I hope that makes sense to you guys. So, because there is video and video email technology today, I have changed the the kind of the deliverable of this system over the last 5 years, so that, and you're going to want to write this down on a piece of paper. Actually, it's in the explanation, just so you know, the review, which I just showed you where it is. Okay. You're going to want to do one video email per month. Okay. Once a month to your past clients, people so in your entire database. Okay. And that video email is going to be one of these topics, right? Then you're going to also want to physically speak with them at least once per quarter. Okay. Once a quarter. Just like great financial advisors, they have quarterly reviews with their clients, right? You want to talk to these people once a quarter. So that's how often should I be there today? Okay. So now what you have to do is, you guys are all Chicago that are on this call. So same kind of weather climate, is Rochester, New York, where I live. Okay. So you're going to want to go back to this value ladder, print it out, okay? And you're going to want to write in what month? December. So you'll start this in December. There's only a couple more days in November left, right? You're going to start with month December, and I would call or video. Well, I would actually do. I would start with, well, first of all, if you're going to have video every month, right? So the video this month is going to be what topic, right? Well, it's snowplow season, right? It is check your heating and air conditioning season where we live, right? It's holiday lighting companies, people thinking about putting holiday lights up, right? What do people spend money on this time of year, right? So I'm just talking number 2, home savings, right? So you can do a quick video. Now, doing a video you can do it from your phone, your iPad. iPads are great, right? And you can go to your app store. I don't know if you have an Apple or Android, right? But go to your app store and download a teleprompter app right on your. Just make sure you have video capabilities on your iPad, obviously, which all the recent versions do, and they have great cameras, by the way. And download that app. Write up a one-page script, right? And pick what you want to do. I'll give you a couple examples, all right, for December. Hey guys, Jim Haley wanted to reach out to you as part of my video newsletter and offer a couple different quick things to you here. But it is the holiday season. We are thinking about putting lights up, and I've got no interest with 6 feet of snow out there, going out there and being Chevy Chase like Christmas Vacation and hanging lights on my house. Yet my grandchildren, they all want to come home, and we're having people over. I'd like the house to actually be lit for the holiday season because we really get great enjoyment out of that. So over the years, I developed a relationship with Johnny Smith, who runs a company that actually is one of those companies that come out and they put the lights up for you. And when the holiday season's over, they come and they tear it down. It's not as expensive as you think. In fact, I worked a 25% discount for my past clients. His link to his website and his contact information is below if you're considering doing that. I also am recommending Susie Cream Cheese, where Susie is part of my home service provider list. She cleans houses. So her and her staff are offering a $100 discount if you want to have your home completely clean top to bottom for the holiday season. It may be a great gift to give your spouse, but her contact information is below. But that's it for now, guys. For those of you who want to know a little bit about real estate, below there is an open house, a home I just listed. Now, here's where I'm going the intelligent link route. There's a home I just listed. It is going to go fast. If you know of anybody, it's in Oak Brook. It is being listed at $525,000, and it is just an unbelievable home. If you happen to know anybody, please forward this video email to them. And the details and the video of that house is in a link below. Have a fantastic day, guys. We'll talk to you right before Christmas. Thank you so much for everything you've done for me and my family. Tremendous amount of gratitude for being a friend and a client of mine. Have a great day, right? Say what you want to say, right? Hit save. You can write that out, and the teleprompter apps that are out there, and just, guys, they're all good, all right? I use like 3 different ones. You now, what you do is you write that and you upload that script into your teleprompter app, and then you just, put it, you go to Amazon and buy a $13 tripod for your iPad or your phone, right? I think iPad's better because if you're like me at 46, you can't really see it well, close distance, it's harder to read a script from your phone than it is an iPad. All right. But they have like these $15, little contraptions or like teleprompters for your iPads. See, I just got a chat. Jim says, if your office does not have a vendor list, what is your suggestion for developing a vendor list? Well, I can almost guarantee you, whether your office has a vendor list or not, right, to develop your own. Now, if you, let me just show you this, Jim. That's where I was going next, so just stick with me, right? So you can send that off to them, right? and send that video out. And 46%, according to video email open rates, 46% of your database is going to open that. Like 80% is going to at least see your face and hear. They're going to see it. They may see a little bit of it, or they're all going to at least see your face in that video with a play button, which is called an impression, which is still good for marketing, right? So then so we hang up. We want to do another video email, and that just so you guys know, this is kind of unique in the fact that we are around the holiday season. You're going to want to create a gratitude video to send out the week of either Hanukkah, Christmas, okay, and just tell people how grateful you are, how much you appreciate them, and that you wish them and their family happiness, health, and abundance. And it's 30 seconds, and there's no intelligent link on that one. There's no leading to anywhere. It's just thank you, right? Goes a long way. And so Jim brings up the question, well, what if our office doesn't have vendor list, right? For me anyway, I want to give business to people. I love helping people grow their business, right? Because when I help people, when I serve other people, guess what? They always serve me back, and usually it's more than I was able to give them, right? So I actually want to be in control of the creation of these relationships. Now, you don't have to have 700 vendors day one. You only need one. In that example, you needed two. You needed a home cleaning company, which go to your network and refer yourself. And everybody knows, you will know somebody in your center of influence that knows somebody that cleans houses. You will know somebody that does holiday lighting. If you don't, take a look at the web, contact them, let them know what you want to do, right? And then you have to actually call them up. So right here is the vendor list. So this will help you guys it's going to take you, I would guess, at least a year to complete this, right? I've got 2 of every category, but this is your actual vendor list, right? This will give you some ideas as you're creating your value ladder, what different, what different companies you can recommend to people, okay? So you can print that out, put it in a binder, okay? But the actual, let's just go here, vendor list. I'm going to go back to the numbers worksheet in just a second. Okay, let me download this so I can blow it up a little bit. Oops. All right. So here's the content strategies, right? The initial call. And there's that script I told you guys I had in here, right? And then an opportunity for you to write your own words, because sometimes the way I speak is not the way you speak, right? Setting up your vendors and negotiating with them, Jim. So you're going to want to print this out and go over it. Call them, explain what you're doing, and see if they're interested. Book an actual appointment with them. Why? Because they will become some of your greatest referral sources. It's worth having coffee with these people, right? They're aware that all it is expanding your network, right? You don't want to just have them do this. Is by the way 100% of how Carlos got his initial business, just from the vendors, right? So make it coffee. A coffee meeting's fine, short, sweet, cheap, right? Okay, so I kind of go through this. Negotiate with them on the first call, all right, and let them know. So, when you actually give them a phone call, right, hey, John, my name is Jim. I'm giving you a call. You and I don't know each other, but we have a mutual friend, Pete Smith, who suggested I reach out to you. John, are you taking on new customers at this point? Are you swamped, or what's your current situation? Right. So I write that. Is that proper English? No, but it's how people speak. And you know what I mean? So if you write scripts like that, it prevents you from sounding canned, right? Hey, John, Pat Fenton, you and I don't know each other. We have a mutual friend, Brian Bailey, who suggested I reach out to you. Are you taking on new clients right now, John? Are you swamped, or what's your current situation? Okay, perfect. Well, I'm looking for a reputable handyman to service my database, my past clients, people that I know. The way I grow my business is by engaging and communicating with my database on a regular and consistent basis. And part of the value that I actually bring to them is putting them in touch with a quality home service provider like yourself. I send out monthly video emails and call each of my clients once a quarter, typically offering them some sort of deal or promotion on behalf of my home service provider team. There's no monetary exchange. I'm not asking for anything for you or a cut or anything like that. I ask nothing of my home service team, but just simply to treat my clients with exceptional service. So there's no cost to you, Jim, to have me promote your business. That said, the vendors that do quite well with this program are the ones that typically offer something special, some kind of deal or incentive that gets their attention. Does that make sense? Yes, great. What kind of incentive, if I were to call them today on your behalf and recommend your company, what kind of offer can I tell them that you can provide them with? Outstanding. That's fantastic. Much appreciated. Right. So you just told them. So now they may ask, I'll say it again. What are you doing? Right. Right. Because listen, these are contractors. Okay. So just talk to them now, build rapport, tell them what you want to do. Hey, listen, there's no downside for you. If you're looking to, the first question I asked you is, you looking to grow your business? You said yes. What I'm talking about is calling everyone and telling them what a great job you do. And whatever deal that you can provide, you'll end up getting more business. What kind of deal can I tell them you offer? I don't care if it's 10%, 5%, 20%, but I want to introduce you to my network. Like, people are not expecting that, right? Pretty cool, right? How do you think that person's going to feel when they hang up? Now, when you, a couple quick things, okay? A couple quick things. Number one, you want to get the deal down, and I go through this explanation, and you want to let them know, hey, I'm going to put this deal that you just said you would do in an email. Could you just do me a favor and respond, yes, this is what I've agreed to, just to make sure there's no situation in the future where you said 20% off, and then a month later you said, oh, I thought I said 10% off. I just want to be clear there. Yes, not a problem. So you want to follow up with an email, but then you go into your Spider system, right? Okay. And you click go to contacts, right? Or from your home screen, you can just click add contact, right? And let's just call this, Jimmy Smith. All right. I'll just put my email, right? And Jimmy is, with XYZ holiday lighting company, referred by, put the referred by person's name, right? And you're going to want to flag them. Okay. So you're going to want to create a flag. Let's do this and put them in your database. So let's go here to flags. Let's add the flag. My home service provider team. Okay. Save. So go back to that contact, go to recent contacts, right? And flag them, my home service provider team. Okay. Why? Because when you go to client touch, and hopefully you guys have been through some of the tutorials on the CRM at this point, and you're going to blast out to 300 past clients, people friends, or 200 or 100, however many you have in your database, you're going to want to add all of your vendors to that distribution. So even though, again, if you're starting with just one, it's just going to be the one. Okay. It's okay. Or two or whatever. Because when they see that video email and they see that you recommended them, they are going to fall in love with you. And so does that make sense? So you're going to want to make sure they're added to your distribution list. Okay. So again, these are all the nuances, guys. These are all the little things. Couple other things regarding the vendors that I was going to mention. Let me just scroll through this real quick. Okay, here it was. So what I just told you, negotiate with them on the first call, get the deal they're willing to offer, send an email with the deal that they agreed upon, ask them to reply, store that email in a vendor folder or put it right in your CRM, right? And put them in your monthly distribution list. You should have a flag group named My Home Service Providers, right? So just did that, okay? There's the sample initial call, and there's if you want to create your own script and words. But I would create if my words are pretty darn good that it works. But if you want to create your own way of saying it, go ahead and do it. But make sure that if you're going to deviate from what I wrote, that you actually create a script, okay? Because sometimes if you don't convey the message clear, it won't come across good. And clarity, if they don't have clarity, they're gonna probably hang up on you. Where in Spider Media are the steps to create a video if you've never done a video? Create it, save it, distribute. That's where I'm going next, okay? Jim is one step ahead. So, where are the tutorials? Well, I shared with you guys on week 1 where all the video tutorials are for the system. I'm going to cover that now. But these are this is the tutorials for the system, right? I actually give a couple sample scripts, health and wellness, what you can do, okay? So now, how do we actually pull this off, right? Let's now go to the CRM, and that's what we're going to spend our remaining time doing, all right? And then I'm going to ask you guys to practice it, etc. Okay? Let me just do this really quick. All right. Any other questions so far? Why don't you guys write down a list of things you want to have clarity to right now, so I cover all of them by the time we hang up, okay? Anything else? I guess the question now is, how do you do a video email? How do you send it out to everybody, right? Those are two important things we've got to cover. What else? Anything else? Okay, pretty much it, right? Well, the actual tutorials for the CRM, guys, is right here. Video tutorials, the best way to learn, right? So anything, to email contacts already opted in. Video email, okay? There it is. How to create video email template and email to individual or group, right? So it's all right here. And these are, gosh, 2-minute videos tops. Very, very well explained, right? But I'm going to show you right now, okay? Now, if you go to the fact, all right, that I said you have to call all your past clients, okay, once a quarter. How do we make sure that always gets done and it's neat, clean, and organized? Well, I'm going to show you that right first, okay? So under contacts, I don't know whose account I'm in, right? I think it's a brand new account from somebody that just signed up. When I look at my past clients, right? Let's just say there's, okay, it's again a brand new account. Let's just say there's 1,000 of these instead of 2, okay? And there's all your past clients in that category, right? And you also had, the category 2, which could be my family, my friends, whatever, okay? What you would do, all right, again, let's assume there's 100 in here, all your past. You would click Send Results to Client Touch, okay? Client Touch, which is, again, right here, you click to it, right, is it brings you to this kind of like centralized system where you can do a number of different things. In this case, okay, now listen carefully, I can create a quarterly follow-up workflow, and I can add everyone to that workflow. Call them today and then every 3 months. But if I did that, it would put all 300 people in your to-do. And so every day you would come in, you would have to sift through all the important, daily things, taking deals through the pipeline, right? You don't want to do that, right? And by the way, you don't want to call all 300 people today and then call the same 300 people. You want to have it staggered. It's going to be staggered because you're never going to get a hold of everyone, on a given day anyway. So follow me. What you would then do is create a printable contact list, okay? And you would click print. You want names and phone numbers. It would list them all out, right? And it will list their name, their email, just and their phone number, right? And you hit print. And when you print out everyone, then you're going to go every day. You're going to always have that by your computer in the mornings. And once you contact them, you're going to go right down the list. Boom, 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 boom. Soon, again, you're going to get a hold of how many a day? Let me see your answers, guys. How many people do I want you talking to every single day? Past clients of yours, friends, family, okay, etc. What's the number? How many a day? Got it. Jim, 3. Esther's listening. Awesome. Way to go. So once you get it, now once you do get a hold of one person, let's just say I got a hold of Pat Fenton. I printed that out. I got a hold of Pat, right? So again, let me go to this. What am I going to do with that? Oh, let me close. Let me back up. I go to my printable contact list, right? And I got a hold of Pat. I just scratch Pat off that list, and I come to my system, right? Now, what I would have to simply do, right, is come in here, and again, there's videos for how to do this, and I'm recording this so that you guys can have a copy, is go to workflows, this workflow automation. We talked a lot about this. In fact, next week's class is on workflow automation. But you would create a simple workflow by click add workflow, and we'll just call this past customer, or just call this, yeah, let's just call this past customer quarterly calls, right? Save. All right, so again, we're going to dive into this next week, but this is very simple. All you're going to do is add a to-do, past client quarterly call, right? Now, I just got a hold of Pat, right? So I want to talk to him again in 3 months. Save. Add a step. Assign single to do. Six months. Add single to do. Right? Nine months. I just talked to him once. Now I got 3 others, right? So that's 4 times a year, right? So now, watch this. I have this simple workflow. I just talked to Pat. I went through my script. I introduced the system to him, right? So I'm just going to pull him up, and I'm going to go to the contact and click apply workflow. And click on past client quarterly calls. And it's going to tell you what the workflow is. Call 3 months, call 6 months, call 9 months, and I'm going to click apply. Guess what? Once you go through that printed sheet, okay, and you start crossing people off, you'll never have to print out another sheet again, because in your system's always going to be, right, for you to call them every 3 months. So 3 months from now, you're going to come in your system, which every day I tell people, come in your system, click on your do. It's going to say call Pat Fenton. Like, why am I calling? It's going to say past client quarterly call. So you're going to be, oh, this is my past client quarterly call. I'm going to go to my value ladder, find out what month it is. And I've got the subject already laid out, because I know that, let's see, January, in February, I'm going to talk about travel. Because February, people are thinking about traveling for spring break. And you're going to introduce an app called VRBO, that helps save money on travel, right? Or whatever it is, or maybe February for you is a market update. So then you just go. So I would say print out your value ladder. And now you don't have to think, what am I going to talk to Pat about today? You simply go to your value ladder. It's been predefined. So Jim says, do you have to do it each year, or does the 3 months continually roll over? No. So after you talk to Pat on that last month, it won't continue to do it. It's going to end that fourth one, right? When you talk to Pat, you're going to be in his contact information, and you're going to see the log of everything, right? And you're going to find out that there's no workflows, or there's no, there's no follow-up. You're going to start that whole thing over again. You're going to assign a new workflow for that year, okay? So what do? You write a note, every time you talk to them. And then you're going to simply say, assign new workflow, a year from now, okay? Or you can assign, if you don't want to do that, you can expand that workflow for the next 4 years. So you don't have to do that, okay? So as you can see in that workflow, you can extend that thing as long as you want, okay? So I'm just trying to get you guys to make up, 3, 4, 500,000 right now, okay? There's no reason why, if you're in the mortgage or real estate business, why you shouldn't be making a minimum of $250,000, right? just getting you doing this one program will get you to at least a couple $100,000 of income. And I don't say that lightly. It absolutely will. If you just simply do it, and you do it with emotion, intensity, enthusiasm, okay, in your own way. Yeah, I know I'm different than Jim. Jim's different from Esther, etc. But in your own way, your enthusiasm, your energy, and your optimism, you're gonna make a lot of money doing this. Okay, so. By the way, if you don't like video, well, how could you like sales if you don't like people seeing your face and hearing your voice? You know what I mean? And now, granted, I understand what people mean by that, because your first video I did, I was not very good, and I was a professional speaker, but what happened after the third one? I got good at it. You know what I mean? You get good at things. You just got to start somewhere, So Esther's laughing. So, it's unbelievable. People, you got to get over these reluctance. Which do you hate more? All right, not making money or doing video. All right, there you go. There's your answer. Okay, so it's just how we make decisions, right? Not making money is worse than anything, right? So now, how do we do video email? That's the last thing we'll do, right? Well, by the way, next week we're launching something we've been working on for a year, a whole new a whole new email template maker with 35 brand new templates that are kick-ass. When I say that, they're the best looking, the best way to design, and a best way for you guys to edit and make the nicest, sickest, awesomest looking emails. Okay, we're rolling that out next week. Okay, so in your system here, I'm really excited about it. Actually, it looks fantastic. Oh, good. I'm glad you are, Esther, because this is the one area, because we have so much. I mean, we do. Remember, BombBomb has better looking templates than ours, but they're also not a CRM, right? They don't do workflows. It's not. You can't do landing pages, right? So what we said is, we want our email templates to look as good as theirs, but if not better. We want our system to be the best of the best. So we did that. So it's really, really hot. Anyway, in every one of your accounts, you'll see video email template for generic use, right? So if I was going to do my video e-newsletter for December, I would just simply copy that by clicking this button, click OK. And because it's alphabetized, it'll go to C, right? Copy a video email for generic use. This is just one template we made for you guys. And I would just call this, that's video E, right? December video newsletter, or whatever you want to word it, right? Now you'll see there's a video in here that's just a placeholder, and you can enter content here. All right, so just use this little editor, right? And just now, if you're in the video, recommend, a couple different vendors. You can do, John's Holiday Lighting Company, www.johnsholidaylightingcompany.com, right? And then, his phone number, right? Then you also recommended Susie Cream Cheese Home Cleaning, right? 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 And then, the intelligent link side. New listing. Click here for virtual video tour, right? 125 Smith Road. We'll just okay. You got a couple things on here, right? So let's just save this really quick, right? Let's rename it. Okay. We're going to call this our December video newsletter. subject line. All right. Check this out. All right. Whatever. Okay. December video newsletter is what I named it. I haven't changed the video yet. Right. Let me just do this. Okay. Because I don't like scrolling through and seeing it. December video. Let's put this in a folder called, I'm just clicking on that little down arrow. I'm going to create a new folder called video newsletters. Okay. So that way I can come here and very easily find it. Video newsletters. Okay. So I record the video. Now listen carefully. You have to, when you record a video on your phone or iPad, every one of you has a Gmail account. If you don't have a YouTube account, get yourself a Gmail account. With your Gmail comes a free YouTube channel, and create your YouTube channel. If you don't know how to do that, watch a YouTube video called How to Make My YouTube Channel. All right, it's simple. It's 8,000 videos on it, right? And you'll see, all right, also, whatever phone or iPad or camera you use, just watch YouTube. How do I upload, all right, my video from a Samsung to my YouTube account? Well, it's so simple, guys. If you get the YouTube app on your phone, right, literally you log in, you upload the film, or you hit an arrow and it'll forward that to your YouTube account. It'll render it, and boom, you now have a YouTube, the video uploaded to YouTube. And our video email, you must convert the video to and upload it to your YouTube account for the video email to work, which you want anyway, because the more videos you have out there, the better it is for your ranking, your publicity, and your local market propinquity, local market familiarity, right? So it's just, I'll just look at Jason Brown, who's been a client of mine for a number of years. He does a lot of videos, right? And let's just say this was you, and this was your account. You uploaded it, right? You would just simply click the share button. And I'm recording this. There's also tutorials in the system, which I just showed you guys. There's 1,000 of them, right? It's very simple to do. You just copy it. And then when you go into December video newsletter, you click change video. Pretty simple, right? And you delete this link and paste that link and click apply. There it is. Update email template. Now there's you doing your script, right? You can make it, dress it up, whatever you want to do, right? Okay, so now, there's one other thing. I also said, by the way, there's also a video of a new listing, and you want to do a quick intelligent link. Let's just say this was, let's just say you had a new listing, and there was a video of that listing, and here it was, right? And it's uploaded to YouTube. It's uploaded to YouTube. You click share, right? And you copy that, right? And watch. And so now I can scroll. Click here for virtual tour. By doing this, highlighting over the top and going up to this link, edit, insert, you paste to make that a live link. Boom. Now I click save. I'm just going to do one other quick thing. Actually, I'll save intelligent links. I don't want to confuse you guys. I'll save intelligent links for next week when we cover workflows. But I will tell you, okay, you would have to create a simple workflow that is, you would have to create an email follow-up. So the people that clicked on my open house virtual tour, you would like if anyone that clicks on that, all right, for it to automatically put them in your to-do list to call immediately, and to send them an email. So what you would do is you create a two-step email. One is put them in my to-do to call. Second one is send them an email thanking them for clicking on my open house video and letting them know I'm going to be calling them. So that when you're in your email templates, right, let's just say, for example, we created that workflow, all right, which I don't have time to do right now. So you would then scroll down and click intelligent links, add intelligent link. So what this does is it grabs this little thing, any hyperlink that's in this email, it'll populate in this drop down here. And I want to make an intelligent link out of this virtual video tour of my open house. And I want to assign the workflow, and you would assign the workflow you just created called, my open house intelligent link workflow or whatever, right? And you click, boom. you just click on it. No, I'm just click cancel, right? So therefore, anyone that clicked on that link, boom, they're going to be put in your to-do, and then they're going to be given that email automatically, right? That's how you monetize. So now we just have to send it out. Well, we send everything out through Client Touch. Now I've got 2 in here. Let's just clear my work group, because last time I was sending the video to just this one. You always want to clear your work group, start from scratch, and decide, who do I want to add? Add contacts. Who do I want to send this out to? I want to send out to my past clients. I want to send out to my my home service provider people, right? I want to send out to. So it gives you the opportunity to select all these micro and macro databases. Micro being flags, macro being categories. Okay, and then then you just add the contacts you want to hit. Then you go over to actions and you click email blast. What email are you going to send them? You go to your templates, you go to the folder video newsletters, you select December video newsletter, and you hit send blast now. Boom, done. Wow. Good thing I recorded this, guys, because we sure as heck covered a lot of ground in an hour. So where do we go from here? Well, this is recorded, like I said. Go into the system and start watching all. The first thing I told you guys to do was look at the video tutorials and learn the CRM. Become comfortable with it. It's so easy once you go through. My God, yes, we did, said Esther. So it's okay. Our first pass at everything is just like, you get the fire hydrant approach, right? You just got blasted, but now we just got to go through and dissect it, right? So Esther said, I'm going to go start the video tutorials. 100%, that's what you should do. Now's the time for you new people in Chicago. Now's the time to go through and learn the CRM. Show me a top producer, and I'll tell you somebody that says, most of my business comes from what I do with my CRM to generate referrals, okay? If you do nothing, you get nothing. If you give a little, you'll get a little. If you take the time to understand it, and you see how quick, like, I can fly through the CRM like the back of my hand, right? And therefore, I don't spend a lot of time in the CRM. I've automated everything and workflowed everything, which we're going to cover next week, and I just hit buttons. But everything's organized. Things don't fall through the cracks in that regard, right? So, go through the tutorials, guys, and I will promise you that this one system, if Carlos Justo can come to this country with nothing and become and do $181 million in a single year selling real estate, then you guys can get a lot of value. You only invested $500 into this course, but this one lesson alone will make this investment you made in me and my company pay you so many dividends. Okay, so guys, I gotta scoot to the next thing. Have a blessed day. I appreciate you coming on. I thank you so much for going around my schedule. I had to jump yesterday. We are going to be back on next Tuesday, our normally scheduled time. I will put a reminder out. By the way, I found out why automatic email reminders were not going out, and fixed it with Zoom, so that you'll be getting automatically alerts to a day before and an hour before each session. Okay, guys? So have an awesome day. Thank you for joining me today. And please, if you could, just take a moment to give me some feedback if you got a lot out of today, if you liked today, and you're excited and happy. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.